This fight, since it was announced, it had a war written all over it. Do you expect it to be just such a back and forth battle between the two?
Of course, I knew he's a very aggressive opponent. He came strong, he swings hard, and he's a strong kicker, you know. We trained a while ago, and the only thing that make me confident is like, I met him when I was 20 years old. Now I'm 25. So I'm getting stronger, he was getting older, but he's a wise fighter, you know. He's somebody that he heard me, and he came and fight strong, he came hard, and to be honest, this is a fight game, you know. We talk a lot of shit, we say something, but I never asked for this fight. This was a fight that they asked me for. I was asking to fight for another opponent. They told me, you want to fight that guy? I tell my managers and coaches, if that's the fight that they put in front of me, well, okay, I will take it, but now the fight's over, I have to say nothing but respect, and I was expecting a war. Every time I'm in the cage, you have to expect blood, flying and stuff, and I'm down for a scrap. You know, the guy hurt me in the first round, and I could easily quit, just, you know, being half guard and let him punch me for a little bit, but when I'm in the cage, I'm thinking of one thing. My dad is watching, my wife is watching, my kids is watching. You know, you cannot control sometimes if you win or lose, but I will never give up. If somebody clip me, if somebody tap me out, okay, you know, shit happens, it is what it is. But when I'm capable to fight back and put in a war, trust me, it's going to be a scrap, and I'm here for a bleed.
Was it harder to prepare because of your history with him?
To be honest, no. For me, a fight is a fight, and I was training very hard. I'm a person that I always thinking on one thing. I'm showing up on time. I'm training hard enough. Did I making fixes? I do fix since when I lost those two fights in Brazil. I did fix stuff. I hired a wrestling coach, and I hired a jiu-jitsu coach, and everything is paying off. My first two fights in the UFC, I take the back of the opponent, and I wasn't able to finish them. And what happened today? I take the back, and I squeeze hard. That means that the changes I make, I'm glad I take the right decisions, and I'm blessed for that. And I'm here. I said it before, I'm here to stay. I want to claim the rankings. I want to bring the UFC to Ecuador, and I want to make history.
Were you surprised that the referee hasn't stopped the fight when he was hurt twice in the striking area?
To be honest, sometimes you hurt the guy, and you feel you won the fight, right? But there's a lot of fights that you clip the guys, and the guys celebrate. Since I'm a UFC commentator in Spanish, I learned a lot. A lot of guys clip the guy, and they're like, oh, I won. And then the referee's like, no, homie, you got to go and fight. I'm like, so I clip the guy. I know it was her, but I don't went crazy, you know. I was picking my shots. I was trying to make it right. Because I could clip the guy, go all in, I get tired, he recover, and then what? And that's exactly what happened. He clipped in the first round, I recover, I come back in the second, and I put it out.
You mentioned that you have trained with him 5 years ago. Has he evolved at all since your training, or he was basically the same fighter that you trained with?
I really don't know if he evolved, but I know something. I do evolve. To me, the word evolve is one of the most important things in this game. Evolve and be relentless. And there's only two things I can do. There's one thing specific a fighter can control, and it's cardio, my lungs, my heart. That's the only thing I can control. Train very hard, shout out to Cody Beasley, and just make sure I'm ready and I'm prepared. I'm eating the right stuff, I'm training, and I'm sleeping well. After that, one punch, one position can change everything. So if he evolved, I don't know. I don't have time for checking that out, but I do evolve.
You after the fight had a very passionate speech about bringing UFC back to Ecuador. Do you think you are the man to bring the UFC there, just like Santiago did to Argentina?
I'm a guy on a mission, and I always put goals in front of me to crush it. I was listening to Tyson Fury talking to Joe Rogan, and Tyson Fury was saying, when he don't have a goal in front of him, he cannot perform. He don't know what to do with his life. I'm that exact person. When I don't have something in front of me, I don't know what to do. I train hard, but I do need something in front of me to crush that. I put my daughter's surgery in front first. I did it a couple years later. Now, I win what, 5 of the last 7 fights? That's pretty good. So now I'm a man on a mission. UFC is gonna touch Ecuador, and I will be the headline, and I will, you know what? The condor is gonna fly very high that night.
And who do you want next for you?
I have a couple names on mind. Right now, I won't call nobody because I need to drink a little bit of soda. I haven't had this in a while.
How good it is?
Fucking good, bro. But to be honest, I don't know who I want to fight next. Couple guys are calling me out. They're going to get what they want. I'm not running off any single challenge. You can ask my coaches, my management. When they offered me to fight Lineker, 5 guys says no. I was fucking crying for that fight. And I do put in a hell of a fight. If we have to meet each other again, he won't last. But one step at a time. Right now, the only thing I want, go back home, kiss my kids, and take him to Disney and just have fun. Love my wife, get a present to her, and enjoy life, man. I'm living my best life.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, man.